Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Outside the Box Comics, where we like to think outside the box. And we got a cool video today because we're going to be talking about a pro wrestling comic.
The audience wants to see action, adventure, wrestling, and plenty of it.
The World Wrestling Federation champion defending his title here in Madison Square Garden.
Alright, guys, let's get right into this comic. This is a comic by Daniel Warren Johnson, and it is called Do a Powerbomb. And we should all be thanking Daniel Warren Johnson for bringing us an awesome pro wrestling comic book. And I think he did this because he is a huge pro wrestling fan. If you follow him on his YouTube channel and Instagram, he goes to a lot of AEW events and he does like wrestling. But this story of Do a Powerbomb is real awesome. It is really awesome. The art style is awesome, but the story is really heavy and emotional. And if you know anything about Daniel Warren Johnson and his other works, you know he does deal with a lot of heavy subject matter regarding life, death, family, friendship. And this book is no exception. It has all those themes in this, and this is a real heavy story. So off the top, the book starts off. We're gonna have a main event match between Yua Still Rose and Cobra Sun, which are two of our main characters of the story. Yua Still Rose is the best wrestler in the world, and she is the fan favorite babyface. And Cobra Sun, his character design is really awesome with the lucha mask, the long hair, and the color scheme of his tights. But he's a heel, but he looks cool. And Daniel Warren Johnson, every character he designs in any of his stories always have awesome designs. But yeah, so we get right into this, and this is going to take place at a huge pay-per-view type event for the championship, and Cobra Sun and Yua Still Rose are going to reignite their rivalry. But before we get into all the awesome wrestling action, we do get some character building. And we come to find out that Yua Still Rose is a loving wife and a loving mother. And they have a daughter, Lana, which Lana is, as the story continues, she becomes the main character of the story. In the beginning of this book, she is younger. But yeah, so Lana is going up to her mom to wish her luck on her match, and Yua Still Rose is just having some family time before she gets in the ring to defend her championship. And if anybody has fully read this, I think I got up to issue 3. I don't know when the reveal was, but there is a plot twist in this story which is really it's just really crazy. It has to do with the character and a reveal of who they are. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but I suggest read this book, pick it up wherever you can, because this plot twist is crazy and it picks up the story even more. So yeah, so we got Yua with her family before her match, and she's instead of just fighting for the belt now, she fights for her family. She fights for her daughter, and she's a fighting champion. She's a brave champion, and she doesn't cower away from any challenger. So yeah, Yua is a grade A babyface champion. So now the match is about to pick up. We're on our entrances and everything, and making his way to the ring is Cobra Sun. And the announcer says Cobra Sun is from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And for all my wrestling fans out there, we all know Calgary is the birthplace of some of the best wrestlers in history. The Hart Foundation And two of the best of that is obviously Bret Hart and Owen Hart. And their family trained a lot of other wrestlers in Stu Hart's dungeon. But yeah, so that just goes to show and just tells the audience that Cobra Sun is a legit pro wrestler. So we get into the action, and the action is awesome. I don't know how Daniel Warren Johnson does it. If you're an artist, you know figure drawing, and to go along with that, like grappling and throwing people and wrestling moves and stuff is really difficult to draw. And Daniel Warren Johnson just makes all this stuff look easy. Daniel Warren Johnson is really awesome. So we get this action between Yua and Cobra Sun, and it just looks like you're watching wrestling on TV. Like, everything is motion. You see these moves, it has weight to them and everything. It's just awesome. So Cobra Sun has the upper hand in the majority of the match. He is just having his way, and it looks like he might become the new champion. And it's just really awesome art. Like in this bottom panel, when Cobra Sun is springboarding himself on the ropes to hit that moonsault right there, Daniel Warren Johnson does an awesome job at making the rope, like you could tell the rope is gonna slingshot him, and drawing that in a way that the audience could understand is just cartooning 101. Like, you got, without talking, without anything, you know what he's gonna do. And he successfully hits this moonsault onto Yua into the crowd. And it's crazy. It's just like you're watching a wrestling match on TV. But like I said, this is an emotional story. So we know wrestling is sports entertainment, but accidents do happen. And unfortunately, when Cobra Sun is going to hit a maneuver on the top rope, which I'm assuming might be a top rope powerbomb or something, his foot slips on the rope and he loses grip of Yua, and Yua falls and breaks her neck. And it's a real bad, serious injury, and she's out cold, probably paralyzed. And we come to find out that Yua Still Rose has unfortunately passed away in the middle of a wrestling match. And the father has to tell Lana that her mother is no longer with her, and Lana had to witness that, which could be very traumatizing for a young kid to witness that. So now we have a 10-year time skip, and the story picks up with Lana. Lana becomes a wrestler now because she always looked up to her mother, and she wants to be just like her mother. So I think she's like self-trained at this point, but she's still getting matches. But she's not that good. As you could see, she's getting beat up by this other woman wrestler, and she loses the match. But in this bottom panel right here, that Lana doesn't give up, and that's her strength. So as we get further into this, she's talking to her uncle because she's self-trained. She wants her uncle to train her, but her uncle doesn't want to train her because it wouldn't be okay with her dad. And obviously her dad does not want her to wrestle because he doesn't want her to end up like her mother and his wife. So Lana and her dad have this disagreement about wrestling. And then we get into the main antagonist of this story, which is a necromancer. And a necromancer, basically they could bring the dead back to life. But this necromancer is a huge wrestling fan, and he knew about Lana's mother, Yua, because Yua was the best wrestler in the world. So this guy is putting together a wrestling tournament and he wants Lana to wrestle in it. And the winner of this wrestling tournament gets anything they want from this necromancer. And Lana obviously wants to bring her mother back, so she's going to enter this tournament and she's going to try her best to win to bring her mother back. But yeah, that's the end of this issue number 1. Awesome by Daniel Warren Johnson, and if you're a wrestling fan, you'll enjoy this. But yeah, thank you for watching. This is Outside the Box Comics, and we're signing out. Thank you.